Hello, this is Jose Fuentes here for josefitzone microblog. Josefitzone microblog. Why josefitzone? Many of you probably ask why josefitzone, if it's a clairvoyant, if it's a seer, if it's a psychic. Josefitzone was initiated because I own a physical therapy clinic and a personal training business. So the whole intention of the channel was talking about fitness and rehabilitation and technology. I'm a programmer too, so I was thinking about combining both elements, but the jet took a different course, a different avenue, and then now we looking into more clairvoyant stuff and so forth. So I'm not gonna change the name only because that's I feel very authentic with it. That's basically part of my personality is being a fitness guy and therapy guy for pretty much all my life. I've been in the industry of physical therapy and exercise science for many years. So it's part of it. There's a lot of things that have to do with clairvoyance in terms of being healthy, in terms of being aware. So we're going to keep it that way. I just want to clarify that because a lot of you probably think this guy's talking about psychic stuff and has the name fit in it and zone. So it's basically part of what my personality is. It's basically who I am, and it's a just imagine a fitness guy, a fit guy that has everything happening to him. Mainly because of his way of life. My lifestyle is pretty clean. I'm a vegan. I'm a zero alcohol. I repudiate alcohol many years ago, so I'm not into any of that. So I want to promote the same thing, So so many times, if I start keeping on bringing this to you in English, you're gonna see a lot of the elements that I use with alchemy and the esoteric principles that have to do a lot with living a healthy life. So we're gonna keep it that way. I want to talk to you today about what's going on with this country, what's going on with the U.S. I live in the U.S. I'm a U.S. citizen. I've been living here for approximately 3 decades. So this is my country. Basically, this is where my bread and butter. So I have a lot of things that I experienced a lot of things, from the military aspect to economic, corporate. Have few companies here. So I'm basically aware of what's going on with everything. Has nothing to do with my ability to see things. My clairvoyance skill. It's been developed since I was born. I have a lot of stories that gradually I will be able to tell you. As we move along. I decided to start in Spanish only because it was a World Cup in Qatar 2022, and then from there we developed a huge network of people following me. So if you want me to talk about something, if this becomes a larger network in English, then we're gonna probably mix things here. So in both languages equally, or I will probably open another channel just for English speakers. But I'm gonna keep it like this now. The U.S. is in a lot of trouble right now. We have a very, very bad inflation. These clowns keep on making policies that, frankly, they're not working. The U.S. is going to go into a deep dive very soon. Albeit they try to get this fairy tale that the jobs are great and everybody's working and the unemployment rate it's low and so forth. That's basically a total joke. The inflation is bad. Definitely we have a very substantial difference when it comes to supply and demand. We see that the supply is now increasing, the demand is less because of what's happening with inflation. A lot of people are defaulting on mortgages. A lot of people are defaulting on car payments. It's a total freaking mess, and it's gonna get worse before it gets better. So I think that this country is gonna probably suffer a recession pretty soon. Is that gonna change the way things are in politics? No, it's not. No, it's not. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people and some of the blue collar working people that are listening to me. They're here, and white collar working people, they don't realize that the way this government works is giving choices to people to be able to stay home, with paycheck, which there are a lot. You probably don't see them if you work, if you mind your own business, because you're not into any of that. But the amount of people that I see having been paid by this government to stay home, or increasing services, out of our taxes or whatever, so for people to stay home and have a comfortable life, it's increasingly crazy every year. So these people are obviously gonna keep voting Democrats. Aside from the fact that 50% of the country or more, it will be probably Democratic. Aside from the fact that Republicans keep on messing up things, having a person that it's basically despised by many people like Donald Trump, in the political arena. So I think the Democrats have to flip the page and have to go and find somebody that can surround with, and basically have somebody that really purely represent them, so they can probably turn around things if that's the case. So it's been insurmountable. I don't think that's gonna be an easy task, for now. I think the Republican Party is gonna have probably another 4 or 8 years, without being in power. I told you last time that the Democrats were gonna win the Senate. They won the Senate, almost stayed the Congress. Listen to this. This is a psychic talking to you and telling you. A lot of people come here and debate. I don't do a lot of videos in English, but if I start talking, it's gonna be probably something where they're gonna start asking where I get this information. So it's not gonna happen. I don't think that Republicans are gonna be able to beat this government. Am I in any political situation? I'm not. I think that any political choice, I'm not. I don't have any choice. I'm not here as a Republican, as a Democrat. I'm just telling you what's going on with the Democrats, and I can tell you that the Republicans have a lot of work to do. So I see a couple of people that have a political future in the Republican Party, from rising to the presidential level. I think that Tim Scott is one of the is the one that's probably reflects the future of the party for many reasons. I don't know if the South is going to let him. We have a lot. It's very divided. I don't have to tell you if you're an American how things work in this country. It's very very unlikely. But I see that guy to be basically spinning out, gradually and gaining momentum. So I think that's going to be the future of the party. I don't think DeSantis is going to be able to beat this Biden for many reasons. We have a mess. It's going to continue to be a mess, but there's a lot of people very comfortable with it. There's a lot of people that don't want to hear about Donald Trump. He's still there. There's people that vote for Donald Trump that now don't want to hear anything about Donald Trump. So we have a situation where we're going to keep, my prediction is that, the worst, Democrats are going to take control of the House again, from the presidential bid. Harris and Biden will take over again. After that, Biden is going to start having problems with his health, and it's going to be a huge, huge mess coming. You will not believe what's coming after that. But what's going to happen now? Well, a lot of people are going to start losing homes. A lot of people are going to start getting their cars repo. A lot of people can't feed their family and can buy cars. The car industry is going to start falling. The banks are going to start foreclosing homes. It's just going to be a total mess from the in the economy spectrum. So expect a lot of different situations where this thing is going to get worse before it gets better. Albeit there's a lot of situations where the government is saying, "Oh, we're going to start bringing gas prices down. We're going to start. The damage is done. The damage is done." There's a lot of people that cannot sustain their old lifestyles, and it's going to probably pay a price. There is no hope. There is not. There is a the morale is pretty bad. With most Americans. They're not comfortable with any. Most of them, I could tell you, they're not comfortable thinking about political future and political parties. They worry about how they're gonna feed their families, and they're not gonna be. It's not. Don't expect to be a big rallies, like what you saw with Trump or with Hillary or even with Biden. It's going to be a lot quieter, and I think that I see that Democrats are going to be in control of the presidential election. They're going to win the election again, unfortunately. I have to say that. And that's going to happen pretty soon, so we have, I think, 2 more years, I believe, and it's not, which is go very fast, and we're going to have those problems going and going and going. So we're gonna talk about Russia now. Russia's in a big deep mess right now. It's going to be a problem now with Russia because a lot of the countries now, they're telling them to stop. China just put a peace plan together. It failed. It didn't work. I don't think Russia is gonna be any time capable of saying, okay, this is enough. We're gonna retreat and we're gonna go back to Russia. It's gonna be a big problem for them because by not being conscientious of the situation of the war right now and not being able to back up, is going to be a problem where they're going to be depleted, they're going to be broke, and the sanctions continue on year 2. They've been able to maintain some of their stability because they make deals with countries like Turkey and other countries with that they've been able to supply and probably also buy things from them. I heard that the Biden administration is going to now lure those countries into doing things with us so they can stop doing that for Russia. Putin is very ill. I think that's he's got a double. I don't think that's his. I don't think that's him. And on TV, I have proof that that's what's happening. Zelensky said that the guy is probably dead. Zelensky, Deputy of Justice, the Justice Deputy, or however that's been called, he said too that the guy is probably dead already. So nobody thinks that that's him running the country. It's probably the mob, that they have there running the country, and it's gonna be worse before it gets better. It's gonna be an exodus of people from Russia going to other countries. You're gonna have ghost towns in Russia, ghost cities. It's gonna be a total freaking disaster. What's gonna happen next? Well, what happened all the time. When Boris Yeltsin was the president of Russia, we have a guy by name Bill Clinton who pretty much messed up the whole country. That's the one that got us into all this mess. So the guy happily brought some of the Russian mafia from this country, put it right there, and Boris Yeltsin was an alcoholic. He got a bodyguard, basically, I'm going to say in those terms, who had a political inexperience. He had a small job doing in politics. He was the head of the KGB, I think, in Germany, the whole thing. His name is Vladimir Putin, and Putin was working with Yeltsin. He was probably one day he probably overdosed on vodka and told Putin, now you're gonna be next. And now we have this guy here. The United States knew that. We made a lot of deals, the Clintons, with the Russians. They kept they made deals with them with gas, with oil. They made huge deals with them, and in return, they instead of letting them dry, which I think that would have been the best thing for a country like that, let them dry. They start supplying with things. Russia start growing, start nurturing themselves until we now have a big freaking monster that it could turn into a nuclear war if which is not going to happen, but it could potentially, only because of Billy and his friends. That's the truth. That's what happened. And now we have this mess with Russia. At the end of the day, they're gonna probably dissipate. I think they're gonna dilute. I don't think it's going to be a big war with Russia. Ukrainians are going to be victorious. I'm seeing that Ukraine can probably take even Russia territories. If that happens, it's going to be even a bigger problem for Russia. If Russia retreats now and say, okay, this is a crazy thing, we don't have this guy anymore in command. They have all the guys there that they're aristocrats, from Russia, oligarchs, whatever. Those are the ones who run Russia. Don't keep in mind that a lot of those those oligarchs are also in the military. So Russia is not running by Putin right now. Russia is running by a group of mafiosos that basically want to take control of the lithium in Ukraine. They want to take over Ukraine, and that's not going to happen. It's a lost cause. They're gonna lose. They're gonna be basically out in June. I said that. I did that. I made that prediction in Spanish. It's gonna be completely out in June. Russia's out for a lot of trouble. What's gonna happen again? I don't know. I think that the Biden administration is gonna probably send some crazy guy again there. They have like that guy that's in jail that was trying to run the country. They might put him there. It's gonna be another problem. They can control Venezuela. They can control Colombia. They can control Nicaragua. You think they're gonna control Russia? That ain't gonna happen right now. So Putin, to me, Putin is dead. Whoever is there in charge of this craziness is gonna probably they're gonna fail on their face totally. United States is going to start making deals again with gas, oil. A lot of these lobbies, a lot of these corrupt people that run our country are going to probably make a lot of money on that, and that's going to be the end of it. It's not going to be much to say. It's not going to be much to do. It's just going to be another dictatorship, if you want to call it like that we're going to be probably implementing there. It's in their DNA. They have czars before. They have dictators. They have Stalin. Stalin was a dictator. They have Lenin. They have czars. They have that's in their DNA. That's not going to change. This is a country basically with the philosophy of a Middle East country, in Europe. It's basically what it is. This is not going to change. Whoever they put there is going to be probably the same deal. I don't foresee clean elections in Russia. It's very complex. It's very big. It's very dangerous. I wanted to just let you know that. I want you to be aware of what's going on with the U.S. economy, of insurmountable changes, and I think that it's gonna get worse by the minute. So stay alert, stay put. Keep hitting up the bell for notifications if you want. Most of them are in Spanish. I'm gonna start putting them in English. Depends on the amount of people that keep coming here. I'm just the messenger. I just don't want you to think that I'm a Republican or I'm a conservative. I'm just telling you exactly what I think, what I see. It's up to you digesting the information the way you want it. I'm just here to tell you what's going on. The other thing is that our channel keeps growing. We have our mobile app now, josefitzone. You could download it on the store, Android store. We're still working on the iOS, and you could easily download it. You could follow me on Instagram. Most of the posts again, they're mixed English Spanish, but we want to grow our audience. We want to make sure that everybody's aware of what's going on, and there's a lot of things that we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about the Chinese balloons and all the things. I want to keep saying to you what's happening. Keep in mind that's a metaphysic. There's all metaphysics with science. I'm very scientific. My background is in fitness and exercise science and kinesiology and rehabilitation. I have master's degrees, so I'm a researcher by nature. So I want to make sure that everything that I say or I tell you comes with has a lot of backup, a lot of backup with things that enable, the predictions or the prophecies to be more concise, So expect that. Give me your thumbs up if you like the videos. If you want to if you want me to talk about a certain topic, you could just let me know. Very few people are in English, really. English speakers, there's not too many, but I'm here to grow the channel, to disseminate all the information, and it's just up to you what you want to hear. Jose Fuentes, thank you for listening. Bye.